my name is Daniel. I'm one of the keepers here, and today I'm gonna show you guys my top 3 animals that live inside that room. But first, I have to let you guys know of a couple of rules. As I walk around, I'm gonna bring these animals very close to you guys. All I ask from you guys is not to touch the animals, because if you guys try to touch the animals, you guys can scare them. They can bite you, they can bite me, or even worse, they can poop on all of us. We don't want that, okay? Other than that, if you guys have any questions, just wait until the end of the show, and I'll have all the answers for you guys. Is that clear?
Yes.
Alright, let's start with the first animal. This animal comes from Australia. Now, Australia is known to have many predatory animals, including monitor lizards, birds of prey, venomous snakes. I mean, you name it, Australia has it. But most of those places, most of those animals are terrified of these animals that I'm about to show you guys today. This animal is like a monster to them. As soon as they see him, they usually run away. Now, this animal's name is Mr. Blue. So everyone say, hi, Mr. Blue.
Hi, Mr. Blue.
And here is Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue is a blue-tongued skink. So as I walk around, you guys might be lucky enough to see that he actually has a blue tongue. And that's exactly what's terrifying about these animals. Whenever a predator comes around and tries to eat a blue-tongued skink, the blue-tongued skink is going to open its mouth, show the blue coloration of his tongue. They're going to think he's venomous or poisonous, and they're going to avoid him. At that point, he will be fine. But if they find out that he's not venomous and not poisonous, they're going to eat him like a chicken nugget. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. Then he has to either fight back or he has to run away. But looking at Mr. Blue here, if he runs away, do you guys think that blue-tongued skinks are fast?
Yeah.
Should be fast, right? So let's imagine a monitor lizard going full speed against a blue-tongued skink. The blue-tongued skink is going to go full speed, and that's terrible right there. Not the fastest, okay? But whenever they're scared, I promise you they can be a lot faster than that. And they'll go underground. They live underground for the most part in their burrows, where they eat the roots of plants, the plants themselves, fruits, vegetables, lizards, snakes, worms, crickets. I mean, anything that fits in their mouth is pretty much food. Anything larger, it's probably a predator that they're going to avoid. Now, on the side of the head here, they have these holes. Those are their ears. They can hear the steps of predators walking above them, so they stay underground for hours, if not days, waiting for those predators to go away. The shape of the body is round and flat all at the same time, so that if the burrow falls on top, all the sand falls towards the sides, and they end up not drowning under all of that sand. Now, this is a type of lizard. It is a reptile. But do you guys think that they lay eggs, or do you guys think that they have live birth? What do you think? It's usually eggs, right? But these guys break the rules and actually have live birth. They keep the eggs inside the body, they incubate inside the body, and after that they give birth to live babies. And there's actually a handful of reptiles that do that. I'm going to show you guys one more. As of right now, that's all we have for Mr. Blue. So everyone say bye, Mr. Blue. Alright, let's bring out the second animal. Hi, Mocha. And here she is. Alright, yeah. A couple of you guys seem scared already. Don't run away now. So Mocha is a red-tailed boa. Again, they come from Central and South America. They eat mostly other animals like reptiles, amphibians, birds, mammals, things like that. And a lot of people confuse these guys for pythons, but the difference is very simple. Pythons come from the old world, while boas come from the new world. The old world's pretty much Africa, Australia, Asia, places like that, where boas is pretty much the new world, which is the Americas. Another difference is the fact that pythons lay eggs and boas have live birth. So again, they keep the eggs inside the body, they incubate inside the body, and after that they give birth to live babies. The reason for that is pretty much evolution and survival. If you think about it, whenever a predator comes around and tries to eat a mama python, and the python gets away, she gets away, but she has to leave her eggs behind. Those eggs will most likely get eaten. If a boa has a predator coming after her and she gets away, she has up to 50 babies still inside her body. So she saves herself and all of her babies at the same time. Now, as I walk around, you guys probably notice the tongue's gonna be sticking in and out. What are they doing with that?
Sensing their surroundings.
Sensing their surroundings, absolutely, or smelling. So they have an organ inside their mouth that sends out the tongue to pick up particles in the air multiple times, goes back inside the mouth, touches that organ, and the organ tells them about their surroundings. For example, right now, it tells Mocha whether I'm a prey, a predator, or a friend. So what do you guys think she smells me as? A prey, a predator, or a friend? Hopefully a friend, right? I'd be in a lot of trouble if I wasn't a friend. So yeah, it understands I feed it, it understands I'm not trying to eat it, and it understands that I am not food. Now, let's say Mocha was a wild snake, and it was smelling me. What do you guys think it would smell me as? A prey, a predator, or a friend? A predator. And I'll show you guys why that is. I'm gonna grab Mocha here and put her on the ground. And if she gets away, that girl's gonna get her, okay? Just kidding. Alright, so let's imagine the things that will eat a snake in the wild, okay? For example, a bird of prey will fly right in, grab it by its back and fly away with it. A jaguar gets on top of a tree, finds the head and the neck and lands exactly where that is. Everything that eats a snake in the wild comes from above. Now they're very long, not very tall. So when a human approaches, our heads are all the way up here, right? You look down on them, that's predatory behavior. At that point, the snake has one of two options. The first one is to get away. The second one is to get you away by pretty much bringing their head up, just like this, making themselves seem a little bit taller, then hissing at you to let you know to back up and to leave them alone. If you approach them, try to grab them or kill them, the snake is going to defend itself by biting. But if you leave it completely alone, the snake is going to go on its own way and you will be completely fine. That also works with venomous snakes. For example, the rattlesnake. They'll rattle their tail, make a lot of noise while lifting their head and making themselves taller. But if you think about it, they don't use that tail against things like a rabbit, because that will scare the rabbit away. They lose that meal. They only use that tail when the snake itself is scared. So it is a terrifying sound. You will also be scared. But if you keep a distance, leave it alone, you will be completely fine. He is an American alligator. The reason I have to say American is because there is a second species of alligator found in China, of course called the Chinese alligator. Now we know it's an alligator and not a crocodile usually because of the snout. The snout of the alligator is very round and broad, where the crocodiles is very slender and thin. The reason for that is because crocodiles like to eat larger prey items, while alligators like smaller, easier things like fish, snails, and turtles. Whenever these guys drop a turtle bite shell, they put over 2,000 psi of pressure. 2,000 psi of pressure is the same amount of pressure we use to crush a car. So in that process, they'll end up breaking their own teeth and regrowing them again within a couple of weeks. They could regrow their teeth over 3,000 times in a lifetime. In other words, they'll never run out of teeth. They also have these bumps back here. They're called scutorociders. It's pretty much like armor. So if another alligator comes around and tries to bite them, these guys right here won't allow their teeth to go completely through. So it is very, very important for them. Mama! Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. That's definitely not the sound. It sounds like this, guys. Oh, 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 oh. After that sound, not only the mom comes around, but any female in that area, whether it's her baby or not, is coming to defend that baby. So first of all, it is illegal to grab alligators in the wild. Second of all, you have a whole army of alligators coming after you. So, with that being said, that is very dangerous. And talking about dangerous, do not feed alligators in the wild, okay? It is very, very dangerous. Alligators by nature and by instinct fear people. Native Americans were eating them left and right. Back in the 1940s, we almost hunted them to extinction. So by nature, by instinct, they keep a distance from people. Once you feed them, that fear goes away though. Let's say you're feeding them hot dogs, right? What you're doing is bringing the alligator close and rewarding that behavior every single time with some food. Now they don't understand you have a fridge full of hot dogs. They've never seen a fridge, right? They probably think you're ripping your fingers off and feeding it to them. At that point, you stop being a human being, you become a hot dog to the alligator. Next time you come around with no food, he's gonna grab you instead with 2,000 psi of pressure, same amount of pressure we use to crush a car. He's taking a leg, an arm, or a life. And it doesn't have to be you. It could be your neighbor, somebody's child, somebody's dog, or third case scenario, the alligator gets close, doesn't hurt anyone, they call a trapper, the alligator itself ends up being put down. So never feed alligators in the wild. If you guys wanna feed them, just come back to Wall, Florida. Right here at the gazebo, we have many different options. It only costs an arm or a leg or something like that. Now give it up for Fluffy! Yay! Now the show's actually over for me, but who wants to hold Fluffy? There's a couple of you guys. So if you guys want to hold them, it is very simple. All you guys have to do is follow my friends to the back of the gazebo. It is completely free to hold them. They're going to take photos. If you guys like the photos, you guys have many different options to take them home. Other than that, have a great day, guys. Thank you, guys.
This is a little area for the alligator show. When you see the alligators jumping up for chicken.